In a surprising twist that has stunned fans across Africa and beyond, Grammy-winning Afrobeat superstar Burna Boy has reportedly been turned down by the government of Burkina Faso, despite offering to perform a free concert for the people. Yes, you heard that right. One of the most influential African artists of our time. Rejected. Why? What happened? And was it the right move? Let's dive into the full story, because this moment is about much more than music. To understand the weight of this situation, we need to start with the man at the center, Burna Boy. Born Damini Ebunoluwa Ogulu in Nigeria, Burna Boy has become a symbol of modern African culture. From his explosive 2018 album, Outside, to his Grammy-winning project, Twice as Tall, he's been a voice for Pan-Africanism, justice, and self-expression. He's not just an entertainer, he's a movement, with sold-out shows in Madison Square Garden, massive fan bases across the diaspora, and collaborations with global icons like Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, and J Balvin. Burna Boy is more than a Nigerian artist. He's a continental ambassador of African excellence. So when news broke that he offered to perform in Burkina Faso for free, many saw it as a generous gesture. A gift to a fellow African nation, especially when facing political and economic struggles. The story began to unfold quietly, behind closed doors. Reports claim that Burna Boy's management team reached out to officials in Ouagadougou with a simple proposal. Burna would fly in, perform a free show, and connect with the people. No performance fee, no conditions. But to everyone's surprise, the answer from Burkina Faso's leadership was a firm no. No official statement was released at first, but whispers emerged. From within the government, the president, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, had reportedly declined the offer, saying it wasn't in the nation's best interest. This instantly sparked debate online. What could possibly make a leader reject such a high-profile act, especially one that comes at no cost? To understand the rejection, we need to understand the man who made the decision. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not your typical African president. He came to power in September 2022 through a military coup, the second in Burkina Faso within a year, following widespread frustration over terrorism, poor governance, and French influence. Traoré has presented himself as a revolutionary leader, young, bold, fiercely nationalist, and unafraid to challenge the global status quo. He's publicly rejected foreign domination, called for African unity, and championed self-reliance. He's even compared by some to Thomas Sankara, the legendary revolutionary leader of the 1980s. So when Burna Boy's offer came across his desk, Traoré allegedly saw something different. Not just a concert, but a symbolic moment, one that could either affirm national pride or undermine it. The decision to turn down Burna Boy shocked many. But according to insiders and political analysts, Traoré's move was strategic. Here are some of the reported reasons behind the rejection. First, national sovereignty. The president reportedly felt that Burkina Faso is in a moment of rebuilding, and importing global celebrities, even African ones, would contradict their current focus on self-reliance and local empowerment. Second, cultural preservation, with a strong emphasis on traditional values and local artists. Traoré may have wanted to avoid what he saw as the over-commercialization or westernization of Burkinabe culture. Third, security concerns. With parts of Burkina Faso still facing attacks from extremist groups, hosting a large-scale international event could pose serious risks. And finally, political optics. Some say allowing a Nigerian megastar to host a free concert might make the government appear distracted or worse, influenced by external forces. In short, it wasn't personal. It was political and deeply ideological. After days of silence, Burna Boy eventually addressed the situation through social media. In a calm and respectful tone, he said, "My intention was only love. I wasn't looking for anything, just wanted to give something back to the people. One love to Burkina Faso." There was no outrage, no shade, just understanding. That response won him even more fans, who praised his humility and Pan-African values. On the streets of Lagos, Accra, and Nairobi, people were stunned. Some called the rejection disrespectful. One user wrote, "How do you Say no to Burna Boy, a global icon. This is bad for the country's image. Others applauded the president. Another person said this shows integrity. He's not bowing to fame or hype. Africa needs strong leaders like this. Online, the debate exploded. On X, formerly known as Twitter, hashtags like Burna Boy rejected and Burkina First trended for hours. YouTubers, bloggers, and influencers shared their takes. Many young Burkina-based citizens were actually split. Some felt proud, saying, "We have our own music. We don't need outsiders to define our value." Others were disappointed, arguing, "It could have been a moment of joy. We needed something like this." Clearly, this story struck a nerve, not just about Burna Boy, but about Africa's evolving identity.